peeking in on the sheep grazing around in the field. Let's see what we can finish up today. My dad's up here tearing apart some of these riding mowers that are just for parts, and then we're gonna scrap out the rest. Did a quick little grinder blade swap out for him. I got this washer hooked up. It's having some leakage issues, so we're gonna see if we can figure out where exactly it's coming from. It's turned on right now. I flipped the head unit up, slid this door out the way. I'm assuming the leak has got to be coming from one of the many tubes or inlet valves. We're gonna let it run and see if we can spot it. Another mower stripped out. We're gonna get this thing taken to the scrap pile, and eventually we'll get another dumpster out here and load up any of the scrap metal we got. Stack them up on top of each other. He's gonna bring the next one up. It's really hard to tell with these forks when you're up there on the tractor because you can't see very well over the hood. Found the first sign of leakage, so I went ahead and paused the machine, popped these metal clips off the body. That way I can pull it forward a hair. I still have all these tubes connected to the dispenser, so I can't take it all the way off. It's not coming from the inlet valve or the tubes, but I do see water dripping and leaking behind the drum. Hopefully it's not a cracked drum. We're gonna let the machine drain and spin, and then we'll start removing the body. Look who's dragging into work. 3 tubes and the child lock disconnected. We should be good to pull the body off. Looks like we forgot a tube. Let's try that again. Now that we have the body removed, we can take a better look at everything. Quite the array of tubes and a big old inlet valve. But the leak is definitely coming from down here. I think it might be the main seal. So we're gonna start off by removing the agitator and the drum. Disconnected all the tubes to the top rim, unclipped it. Let's get it pulled out of here. It's gonna need a good cleanup if we get it fixed. Screw released for the agitator. We can pull it on out of here. We'll set it right down. See if we can get this thing out. There we go. Grabbed my handy dandy tub removal tool. Fits in place right here. We'll give it a couple whacks with the mallet and see if it comes loose. Makes the job a lot easier. Getting this drum out of here is another task. It's typically always rusted on. So I sprayed some liquid wrench in there. We're gonna let it sit. It's not wanting to come out too easy. So we're gonna switch to plan B. I'm gonna flip it on its side and pull the transmission out. All right, so we got water leaking out of everywhere. This is why I didn't want to have to do this, but this drum is not coming out very easy. So we're gonna take the pump off, the motor off, and then pull the transmission out. That way it should make it easier to pull it out. I just want to take a look at the main seal. I'm really not even sure if this thing's worth fixing because of the age and the issue, but hell, I guess we'll try. I can tell somebody's been in here before. We got one hex head and one Phillips head screw. Not the way it should be, but it is what it is. Motor yanked out of here. We'll set it to the side for now. Let's go ahead and pull this capacitor off the motor. That way we can get the hand trucks out from underneath the machine. We can pull this transmission out. get the last bolt pulled off this transmission. See if we can get it out without moving the dolly. Yes! Now this drum should pull out of here. Here goes a piece of the coupling. We'll throw all the parts here. If we put it back together, I've done this a time or two. I know exactly where it goes. I've decided we're just going to cut our losses with this thing. We're not going to fool around with it. It's so old and rusted away, it's not even worth replacing the main seal. But I will keep all the other parts. I'm also going to strip the wire out of it. Transmission, motor, inlet valves, head unit, they're all good. So we can at least keep that and get the rest of this junk out of here and move on to the next machine. Last thing to pull off this garbage, these clamps and the pump. I'm gonna go ahead and take all these tubes. This is the most prestigious worker we have. Just finished up dinner down at my parents' house. We're gonna head back up the hill. I got some laundry to do, a little bit more dinner to get all my protein in. We're gonna call it for tonight. We'll be back out here tomorrow.
Olis.